Hi everyone, CeCe Moore, Devil Diamond, St. Peters, Missouri. I'm doing this video to kind of introduce myself to all you guys and give you a little bit of background on me. I used to own a tanning salon along with my husband, and I found the wraps on Facebook. I was very, very skeptical, as was my husband Kirk, about it. You know, we thought this just sounds too good to be true. But curiosity got the better of me, and I reached out to who is now my upline, Lauren, and got a wrap from her. And got the wrap on one day in my salon with my friend and waited out the 45 minutes. And when I took off the wrap, I was just floored. I was beyond floored. So needless to say, I signed up that very day as a distributor, and that was March 16th of 2011. And my business took off pretty well in the salon. Now, granted, nobody around here had really heard of the wraps, so anybody that you were getting was word of mouth anyway. Not, you know, it wasn't as wide as it is on Facebook now, and you know, not too many people, like I said, have heard about it. So, what I was doing is just telling everybody that walked in my door about what these crazy wraps just did. And, you know, I had samples of defining gel behind the counter, and I was putting it on one of their hands or whatever. And, you know, it just took off from there. I was signing up loyal customers left and right. My husband had read the compensation plan, and he knew the charting. I didn't even know how to chart then. I had no idea what charting was. But he did, because he just read everything. And so he was, you know, signing up everybody, and I was wrapping them. And it was a beautiful thing. You know, and then I had people come in saying, you know, my loyal customers were like, okay, well, I want to make money at this. And there you have it. We were in business. We went from distributor to Emerald in 6 weeks. I mean, before we even realized what had happened, we were Emerald that fast. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. So, you know, it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And then all of a sudden, due to circumstances beyond our control, in a matter of a few days, in July, we had to close our doors. And, you know, it's like one day we had this beautiful, very successful salon, and then within a few days we didn't have it anymore. It was just devastating. It was quite a blow to our pride, to say the least. Well, my pride, I guess I should say. So, you know, everything was so good, and it just went so bad, so fast. And, you know, it was like the domino effect. You know, bills were getting behind. We ended up getting kicked out of our house. We lost our home. We had to move in with my mom. You know, at the age of 46 years old, I had to make a phone call to my mother to ask her to move in, and that was just bad. It was very, very bad. You know, my kids were very young at the time. I don't even think they were both 10 years old. And, you know, they go from having this really nice home and having their own room to not. We're in the basement of my mom's house with everything that they owned in boxes. So, you know, the look on their faces, it's just really hard to explain. I know that that's a look I don't ever want to see again. You know, everyone tells you to find your why. That's it. That's definitely my why. I just don't ever want to see that look on their face again. So I go home. We go home to my mom's house, and you know, I got on my pity party for a few months. I mean, it was just, my husband went back into the car business, which, you know, he had many, many years in the car business, in the finance and management end of it. So the money was very good, but the lifestyle is something I don't recommend for anybody. I mean, it's not a 40-hour week, it's an 80-hour week. It's, you know, the money may be great, but you don't get to see your family. You don't get to be involved in their lives. You don't get to go to events at school or anything like that. And you miss it all. And not to mention, it's just very hard on your body and on your mind. But he did what he had to do to pick us back up. And, you know, meanwhile, I'm still on my pity party. I just couldn't get this out of my head. It just hit me so hard. I was so depressed by all of it. I was just, you know, devastated. But in September, of 2011, one of my distributors, we had a boot camp coming to St. Louis, and she asked me to go. And at first I said, no, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. But I did. You know, after she kept asking me, I finally did go to this boot camp. And it was life-changing. It really was. It was actually Major Jones's boot camp. Y'all might have heard about her. She's kind of famous. But it was her boot camp. And I got to tell you, it changed everything. It changed the way I looked about this business completely. I saw and met some amazing people and heard some really amazing stories. Some like mine, some not like mine. But I knew that when I left there, I had a whole different mindset about this business. I knew that this was what was going to change everything. I knew that I had to stop feeling sorry for myself. I had to pick myself back up, and I had to go to work, because nothing was going to happen in my life, you know, if I just kept letting stuff get to me like it was getting, and if I just, you know, I was consumed. I was just completely consumed with everything bad instead of seeing any kind of light at the end of the tunnel. So I started working my business again. Grabbed those wraps out of the closet, 6 boxes of them actually, and I got back out. I grabbed my Blitz cards and I got back out, and I started blitzing. I started doing a bunch of vendor events in the area. I started telling people about my story and my personal results on the wraps, which, you know, I went from a size 9 to a size 3 in 6 weeks. I was a great story. I had a good story to tell, so I started telling it. And I started my business over. I lost a lot of my distributors along the way. My originals, my fault, because I wasn't doing meetings with them. I wasn't getting on calls with them. I wasn't staying connected with my team. You know, so they fell to the wayside, which, you know, if you think about it, I guess so. That's what's going to happen if you don't run your business the right way. So I got exactly what I deserved out of it, which was nothing at all. So I started building my team back again. I started, like I said, doing the events and blitzing every day and having parties again and being passionate. And, you know, and then I go to my first conference, was January 2012. That was my first conference. It was the Yes You Can conference. And that was the very first year that they announced the good bonuses. Well, when I heard that, I was just so excited about it and so hopeful, and I left there just completely recharged. I went home and just went crazy. You know, I was having meetings with my team, and no matter how excited I was about going to conference, I couldn't put it into words because they didn't go. So they didn't know what I was talking about. But you know, it was contagious. Definitely my attitude was contagious. They saw it. I mean, I was like on cloud 9 when I got back to St. Louis. And I went diamond on April 31st. It was the very last day, or April 30th, whatever the last day of the month was. At 5 o'clock in the evening, I went diamond, and I got the good bonus. And, you know, before that, we were able to, you know, get back into a house, and that was before I went to conference. We got back into a house, and, you know, I haven't looked back. You know, you get your highs and lows of the business, that's for sure. I can't say that, you know, some months aren't better than others, and I completely understand. You know, sometimes you just don't have a good month, but that's okay. You just keep going. You know, it's what's so cool. It's September 1st, and we're doing our new group and our challenge, and I'm so excited about that because, you know, it's like it's an opportunity to start over. The sky is the limit here. I have big goals and big dreams for me and my family, as well as a lot of the people on my team. I am just so excited to see where you guys are going. I can't wait to hear some of the other stories of some of the other leaders that are in this group. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. As you can probably imagine, I'm very out of my comfort zone by doing the videos. I'm so not digging doing my own personal videos. I love to watch everybody else's, but I don't like to do mine. So this is really good for me too. So I look forward to hearing from everybody. I look forward to the challenge of what these 30 days are going to do. And see you all at the top. Bye.